Now see, who gonna fix this? Child, I done cooked too much food again. Being single is not for the weak. Single Lady Chronicles, Fridays at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Single Lady Chronicles. Single Lady Chronicles. Oh, thank you so much. Tonight, we are talking about, what are we talking about? Self-care planning for the holidays. That is what we're talking about. You know what? I thought about doing this topic because, the holidays are a lot of hustle and bustle, right? The holidays are a lot of hustle and bustle, especially, when you're single. When you're single, you find yourself running around doing for everybody and forgetting about yourself. Forgetting about yourself and forgetting about how you can protect your peace, how you can protect your sanity, how you can protect your budget, right? Because, during the holidays, everybody thinks you're the go-to. Everybody thinks you're the go-to. Everybody thinks, oh, she ain't got nothing to do. Oh, she or he, and let's also say that, right? Thank you for tuning in to Single Lady Chronicles. This show is called Single Lady Chronicles, obviously because it's salacious, it's the hook, it's what hopefully drew you in. Oh, let me see what that single lady is talking about. But this show is for everybody. It's tips that everybody can hold on to. Man, married person, anybody can benefit from these conversations and this show format. So, tonight we're talking about self-care planning for the holidays. Holiday self-care planning. Because we find ourselves worrying about, during the holidays, it's natural, right? It's natural to want to do for someone else. But over the years, you may have found yourself doing too much and doing the most and worrying about it. And so that's why I said, let's have a conversation about what or some things and some tips that we can take hold of during the holiday season that's not going to stress ourselves out, that's not going to give us burnout, and that's going to make us feel good. That's going to make us feel good. And so while I am not an expert, I can just give you some of my experiences and some tips that I think might work, right? And so here we go. I might not be before you long, but hopefully you can get a few tidbits on how to express self-care for yourself during the holiday season. So Halloween is gone, Thanksgiving is on the way, and Christmas will come, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all the things. The holidays are the holidays, and they can be a little stressful. And so one thing that I used to do during the holidays, I used to run around like a crazy person. I used to really shop because, I thought that's what I had to do. I was like, I'm the auntie. I am the sister. I'm the one with no kids. I'm supposed to do for everybody else. But, you know what they say, when you get older, you get wiser and you get smarter. And it's not about being selfish, but it's about just protecting your peace and protecting your sanity and doing what's best for you so that you can wake up and feel good about yourself. And by no means am I saying, just forget everybody else. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, it can be overwhelming, the holidays, especially if you've lost loved ones. If, that person isn't there anymore. And also, if you find yourself just being alone, right? You want to just know how to deal with that in a healthy way, So, I just got a few tips. Again, like I said, I won't be before you long, but I have a few things from my own experience, as well as, some things that I thought about that might help. So, number one, if you find yourself, being pulled on by family members, it's okay to say no. Point blank and simple. No is a complete sentence. It's okay to say no, and it's okay not to feel bad about it. I used to find myself feeling bad about it all the time, because I thought to myself, well, why can't I? What's wrong with me doing what they asked me to do? And you know what? Why can't you? Because you don't want to. And that's okay. Because you don't have to do what you've always done. It's okay to be reliable, right? But it's also okay for people to respect your boundaries. And it's also okay for people to respect your solitude. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because you'll find a lot of family members saying, oh, well, you ain't got nothing to do. Excuse me? No, I don't have nothing to do. But I want to do what I want to do, not what you want me to do. And that's okay. People will pull from you so much from the holidays. Oh, can you? And, the older we get, the more we want to just say no and relax and just be with ourselves, and that's okay. So no is a complete sentence. It is a complete sentence. And you do not, I'll say this again, you do not have to feel bad about it, even during the holidays, because that's helping you teach people how to treat you, right? And that's okay. All right. Let's see, what else do we have? There is, so let's talk about budget real quick, right? Especially because, you're the single auntie, right? You're the single auntie. You don't have, I don't have any children. And so everyone thinks that, because I'm the single auntie and I don't have any children, that, I got a whole bunch of money and, they can just call me for whatever. So, and like I said, this is my own experience. And so, you can say no. That's one part of budget that we're talking about for self-care during the holidays. You can set a limit. For me, this is what I do. And you do not have to adopt this, but for me, I'm like, grown folks don't get gifts. Grown folks don't get gifts. And for me, the folks that are getting gifts are the babies, are the itty bitties. Young people are getting gifts. I do want my nieces and nephews to know who I am and to know that Auntie cares about them. And so, yes, nieces and nephews and my god kids, let Auntie know that I care about them, and that Auntie got you for a gift during the holiday season, right? So that's what I do. And I also, again, like I said, I don't do gifts for grown folk. Unless you my boo, right? Unless you my boo. Another tip that I have is, just do gifts for the folks in your household. Do gifts for the folks immediately in your household, right? Immediately right there. That way you're not breaking the budget. That is self-care. Deciding that you're only going to do gifts for the folks in your household. That is self-care, and that is boundaries, and that is keeping in budget and not breaking the bank. Another thing you can do is DIY. How cool is that? You can do DIY gift ideas, especially if you know a person really well. You know that they would appreciate something that you made that's particular to their personality or particular to, something that they love, right? How cool would that be? I think that is the most thoughtful gift, there is, than spending an exorbitant amount of money. So how to do self-care during the holidays when it comes to spending is, for me, no gifts for adults unless that's your boo, right? And then or if you want to do adults, just do the folks that are only in your immediate household, in the house that you live in. And then also DIY. DIY can be super thoughtful, can be super endearing, and it can certainly be better than any amount of money that you can spend, right? So that's budget. That is budget. So we're gonna say no during the holidays. We're gonna keep that budget cute during the holidays, because we are making sure that we are protecting our peace, protecting our sanity, and making sure that we are self-care planning for ourselves during the holidays, because it can be so stressful, so overwhelming, especially for a single man, a single woman, for anyone during the holidays, right? So we're saying no. I know I just did this, but I just trying to help myself. Saying no. We are getting our budget right, and we're also not feeling so much pressure at the family gatherings. Hello, my God, on today. You got that messy auntie that be like, you here again by yourself? Baby, okay, guess what? I ain't got to come. Right? So I know for me, because I haven't been in many relationships, folks always asking me, or saying to me, you by yourself again? You by yourself again? Guess what? You don't have to go. You don't have to go. Especially if you know the character of the folks that you're going to be around. Protect your peace. Protect your sanity, okay? So guess what? You don't have to go. You don't have to go to the family gathering. I know the older we get, the more we want to be around family. But guess what? You can also be with family throughout the year. Call throughout the year. You don't have to wait till the holidays to see family. Because family is important, that is one thing that I do know. Family is important, and that I do hold dear. Family is important, right? Because at the end of the day, when you don't have nobody else, I ain't trying to be negative, but at the end of the day, there are some family members that you know that favorite cousin, that sister, that brother, who you talk to all the time, that you gotta say hello to. But to prevent, the end of the year holiday messy family drama, just speak to people on a regular basis. I said what I said. Just speak to people on a regular basis. So when you're absent from holiday stuff, you don't feel bad. But guess what? Self-care is not feeling bad. Self-care is, if you don't want to go, you don't have to go. So there's that. Yep. So we're going to say no. We're going to keep that budget cute. And we ain't got to go to the family gathering. We do not have to go. Self-care is making sure that you do what you want to do for you. For you. And that's okay. It's not about, being antisocial, or it's not about, being, why she didn't, answering the question, why she didn't come? What's wrong with her? It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong. I'm just protecting my peace And I'm protecting my sanity. Okay? So, yep. I don't have to go. You can certainly sit home and binge watch your show. Like, we already know what it is. Winter is coming. Honey, 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, ready. Okay? Sit home and, fuss at the screen. That Bran just sitting in the chair. And John, he really ain't do nothing. But, we love the show. So you can binge watch binge watch that Game of Thrones, binge watch that Gilded Age, and sit home, rub your feet together under them covers with that weighted blanket and be good. Be good. Make a phone call. Hey, auntie, make me a plate, I'll come get it. But you ain't gotta go, and, deal with the family drama. If there's family drama, I'm not saying that there is, but you know what I mean, right? So what else we got? So also, during the holidays, on the actual holiday, travel. Self-care, baby, that is self-care. I love to travel, as you know, and if you don't want to go to the big family gathering, you can most certainly travel. If you're able to do that, there's so many destinations that aren't technically on holiday that you can go to. Warm. A couple years ago, I went to Iceland for Thanksgiving. Shout out to my friend who I went to Iceland with. I was grateful for that experience. One year, I went to Egypt. Shout out to the friend I went to Egypt with. And guess what? If you don't have a friend to go with, you can go by yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with solo traveling, okay? Get your tripod, get your phone. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to do that. You don't have to document everything. You don't. That is self-care. That is being in your peace. That is being in your solitude. And that's okay. That's okay. Traveling during the holidays is top tier self-care. So, if you're able to do that, most certainly. And guess what? It doesn't even have to be out of the country. You can go to Boston. You can stay within the 50 states and find some solace and find something that is best for you. That is the ultimate goal during the holidays. Making sure that you are doing what you want to do and that it's what's best for you and that it's what's going to make you feel good. Okay? All right, so you know what? How about this? Let's pause for a second while I indiscriminately show you my Single Lady Chronicles cup. Sip. And how about you put in the chat your best DIY gift idea? Your best DIY gift idea. And your best, just stop right there. Your best DIY gift idea. Yep. And, okay, yes, I will go. Your best place to travel to during the holidays. Okay? What's your best place to travel to during the holidays? I already gave 2. You give me some too. And I'll take another sip from my cup. Inbox me if you would like a Single Lady Chronicles cup. Single Lady Chronicles cup. Inbox me at Rhenotha, or you can go to my website, Rhenotha.com. It might not be there yet, but click on contact me and say, hey, I want a cup. Yep. All right. So, but I want to jump into joy refills. Joy refills. How to do self-care planning. Joy refills. Here are some things that you can do that are considered refilling your joy, right? You literally can just be. And by being, these are some things that you can do being. Baby, take a nap. When I tell you, nap, okay? Baby, I just had to make sure my mic was on. I wasn't, child. Y'all make sure y'all could hear. Baby, take a nap, okay? There's nothing wrong with naps. You know, NOE, naps over everything. Take a nap, that's for you. That is for you. Light a candle. Baby, that is for you. Man, what? When I walking through my house, let's say I light some candles through the house and I walk through the house, I'm like, this is giving spa, baby. This is giving spa, it's giving luxurious. And baby, it's a $2 candle from the Dollar Tree. It's giving luxury. That is for you. That is giving you joy, okay? What else? Dance like nobody's watching. Turn on some music. Hey. Okay? Dance like nobody is watching. Or dance like everybody's watching. Look at me. Shoulders. Okay? Pull out your journal. Start journaling. What are some things that you want to do? What are some things that you hope for? What are some things that you put on the back burner that you now that you now have time to think about and now have time to ideate on? Yep. Those are some things that will refill your joy, right? Not refill. Fill it up some more. Cause baby, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away, okay? You know, cause my joy is in Jesus. Well, I'm gonna give you some tips. Cause what the Bible say, faith without works is dead. So with that, you know, with what we know we already have, you know, we can add to it. Yeah. Take a nap. Dance like nobody's watching. Huh? Light you some candles. Make your house feel luxurious, darling. Okay? Journal. Write down those hopes. Write down those future plans. Yeah. Self-care, baby, during the holidays. Okay? You know what, too? Some things that we can do during the holidays that's self-care for you, but also giving back is community. Be in community. In Newark, they're during the whole month of November, because the government shutdown happened and folks didn't get their SNAP benefits. The city of Newark, even though folks received their SNAP benefits, the city of Newark decided that they were going to keep the food hubs open for the entire month of November. Every ward in the city of Newark has a food hub. Okay, I know about the South Ward one because, listen, I work in community for Clinton Hood Community Action. And on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, well, Mondays and Wednesdays from 3 to 7 at Belmont Runyon Elementary School, you can volunteer to give out food, to help facilitate the food distribution hub. At the food distribution hub, folks are coming in and shopping. They're not just taking what we give them, but they're coming in and shopping for what they want, okay? This isn't a charity. Come get what you want, okay? And get what you need. Don't just take it because we're giving it to you. So on Mondays and Wednesdays from 3 to 7 is the food hub at Belmont Runyon Elementary School at 1 Belmont Way. And on Saturdays from 12 to 5, I believe. It might be 12 to 3. But 12 to 5 at Belmont Runyon. You can most certainly donate your time. Donate your time. I know, volunteering makes a lot of people feel good. It makes me feel good, because, there's a song I sing, if I could help somebody, then my living would not be in vain. On your own terms. On your own terms. Because if you do it begrudgingly anyway, then you may as well not do it, right? You may as well not do it. So, be in community. On November 24th, Chancellor Avenue School, along with my church, the Brown Chapel Free Will Baptist Church, will be hosting a community meal from 3 to 7. From 3 to 7. Monday, 3 to 7. Right? Yeah, Monday, 3 to 7 at Chancellor Avenue School. right across the street from 326 Chancellor Avenue. I believe the address is 324 Chancellor Avenue, but it's Chancellor Avenue School right in Newark. Self-care is caring for somebody else as well, on your own terms, and you wanting to do it and not being forced to do anything, right? Because if you do it with the attitude, then you may as well not do it, child. Okay? You may as well not do it. Leave it alone. What else? Tag someone that you're grateful for. Yep, I'm grateful. You know, I said earlier, you know, you don't have to necessarily just see family during the holidays. You can say, hey friend, I'm grateful for you all year round. You can say, hey friend, how you doing? What's going on? You all right? All year round. You don't have to wait until the holidays. You don't have to wait. But during the holidays, you know, we know it's about, you know, getting together and just being grateful and thankful, right? And so just be grateful for people. Be grateful for people. Yep. So thank you so much for tuning in to Single Lady Chronicles. I hope some of these tips helped you. Listen, you can say no. You ain't got to go to the gathering, all right? That budget does not have to be busted, okay? And listen, make sure you keep your joy filled up with things that you want to do and with things that's going to make you feel good during the holidays. I know the holidays can be stressful. We've lost loved ones. You got the messy aunties, right? And you know, sometimes those coffers aren't as, you know, filled as you know, we want them to be. But that doesn't mean you can't have your peace and you can't have your sanity during the holidays. So make sure that you take care of you during the holidays, because if you don't take care of yourself, ain't nobody else gonna do it, okay? So thank you for tuning in to Single Lady Chronicles. I appreciate you. All right, we'll see you next time on Single Lady Chronicles. Good night.
Now see, who gonna fix this? Child, I done cooked too much food again. Being single is not for the weak. Single Lady Chronicles, Fridays at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live.